Good morning, guys. This morning I woke up, I took a shower, I pre-made coffee. Today I'm actually wearing, this is actually a portable heater for your arm, but I have been trying to keep my arm in a sling or keep it secured just so then I don't feel or so then I prevent myself from using it because lately I've just been using it and I think I've just been putting myself in more pain. So today I actually put this on to prevent me from really moving it or from trying to use it. Yesterday I went and got my MRI. So usually they said it takes up to 2 days for your for like all the doctors to go over and then for your doctor to get it. And when I called to make an appointment, he was booked until next week Friday. So of course I put myself on a list to try and get in earlier, but we're just kind of waiting and seeing. For work, I am back to work, but I am no longer doing the job I was doing before. I'm doing something different. Uh, I'm just kind of doing like data entry stuff now because due to the fact that I can't really move this arm, and I think part of the reason I'm in so much pain now and stuff like that is because the job I was doing, I was moving this arm a lot and doing a lot of like repetitive stuff. And I think I overall was just kept damaging my arm and kept using it. So I finally met with the owners of the company. I just told them, like, look, I'm in a lot of pain and I can't physically do any physical work anymore. So it's definitely putting a toll on me. It's so that we changed it up and I'm doing something different, which I'm not. I loved the job I was doing. I enjoyed doing it, and I'm sad that I'm not doing it anymore. But I have to do what's good for my body. Look at this guy sitting over here all cute. So now I'm doing data entry, and due to that aspect, I actually had a schedule change. So I am now working from like 10 to 1, 10 to 2. The more I feel comfortable and the more I'm not in pain, I can work longer hours. But right now, I'm only doing a short amount of hours just to not overdo myself. Even though I am sitting at a desk, just typing stuff on a computer, they just want to make sure I'm not overdoing it and not causing myself any pain, which is fine. So, again, the next step now is to wait to see my doctor to see what he says. And as it's like I'm almost preparing myself for the worst, Like I don't want to have surgery, but if that's what's going to fix my problem so I no longer have this problem and I no longer have to deal with it, then that's what I kind of want to have done. If there's an alternative, like going back to physical therapy more, and now that they actually know what's wrong and what area it is, they can help and that will better it, that's fine. This is just something that I've dealt with for 6 years. I actually, this actually started when I met my fiance. We had just started dating and I hurt my arm, and that was my rotator cuff. They gave me an injection and it was fine. And then it was a year after moving to Wisconsin that I injured myself again, and I did physical therapy and then it got better. So between the second time and this time, it has actually been 6 years, but it's still one of those things where it's like it's reoccurring at this point. So I really would love to just find the answer to fixing it. And if, sorry, trying to move around here. So if that is, the alternative is getting surgery, then that's kind of what I want to do at this point. So my goal in the morning is to wake up at 5. I never wake up at 5. So I usually sleep until 7 and then I get myself up. I try to eat something light for breakfast and drink some coffee. Just because right now, due to how much aching and pain in my shoulder am in, sorry, I can't really eat anything big because it just makes my stomach upset. So I'm gonna do that this morning. I just thought I'd fill you guys in a little bit on what's going on with me, what's going on with this, and the journey I'm taking to getting this fixed. It's been a lot. So I'm gonna stop here before this one. He's rubbing his face against the camera. I want him to knock it down. But I'm gonna get myself some coffee and then I guess figure out what I want to do for breakfast. So right now I got my coffee, and if you notice in my video of making coffee, I do weigh my coffee. I'm on the verge right now of trying to lose a little bit of weight and get into shape for our wedding. It has been a little bit hard due to the fact that I really can't do any type of like hardcore working out, and if I think I've shared that with you in a couple of videos, it's been rough. So right now I am walking on the treadmill and I'm doing the bike, which is just a sit down bike, just to keep myself moving. So right now I'm really locking in my calorie count and all of that. So if any of the videos you see me like weighing stuff out, that's why. So this morning I think I'm going to set myself up to write out some more of my scripts for my podcasts. My strategy right now is to write out as many as possible because, like I said, I might not have surgery, but the fear that I'm having is that I'm going to have surgery and then I'm not going to be able to use this arm for the things I want to use it for. So, oh, there we go. I was like, why am I so dark? So I'm kind of hoping that if I can get as much done now as possible and write as many, like even if I'm not recording them, just getting them written out and typed out, so then I have them like a few prepped early on, then I'll be able to just record. If I can't use this arm, it'll just be, it's still gonna be easy just to hit record and record. So I am trying to just do a lot of that before I find out what's wrong with my arm and get all of that planned out. This year I have definitely told myself I'm going to make a schedule. I'm going to stick to it. So right now my plan, like I told you, I'm going to do one podcast a week, which is every Wednesday, and then sometime during the week I'm going to record a vlog. Again, I'm not really sure, and I'm not really planning out when I'm doing the vlogs. If I wake up and I feel like I want to do them, I'm going to do them. Like yesterday I was going to film going and getting my MRI and that stuff, but then I forgot. So I was tired. My MRI was at 6:45, and well, I had to be there at 6:45, and then it was at 7. It was 30 minutes I sat in the machine, and then we just came home and I tried to take a nap, but I couldn't. My body was just awake. So I worked down and then I made some lunch and relaxed for the rest of the night and just kind of watched movies and stuff like that. So it wasn't all exciting. I mean, I don't think right now anything that I do is going to be that exciting. On Sunday, I think we are going to go to a wedding expo, which will be fun, and I'm excited to do those things. So I think on Sunday I'll film some of that, just to show you guys kind of what my wedding prepping is going to be. I am nervous and stuff right now, just due to the fact that if I end up having surgery on my shoulder, then that could put me out of work. Of course, I could probably get some type of unemployment or look into like some type of disability so I still have money coming in, but it's very scary when we just booked our venue, I think in December, and just getting everything ready and going and planned for this. You need the money, and not being able to work is going to kind of put a stop to that. So I think, like I said, if I have to have surgery over that time, I'm really going to pour myself into my podcast and doing vlogs and just keeping myself busy, keeping myself moving. If I can still do the bike or the treadmill, I think I'm still going to do that, but you never know. So I'm going to get my laptop out. I'm going to start doing some research for the next podcast episode. And if you ever come across these videos and you watch them and then you watch the podcast videos, or you go over on Anchor or Spotify now has it, there's a lot of platforms that have the podcast. Another thing I want to share with you guys, if you do listen to the podcast, you can actually rate the podcast now on Spotify, which is so cool. So if you listen to the podcast, go over and do that. If you watch these vlogs and you like them, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification so you get notifications for when these come out, and also for when the podcasts come out if you like those. But I'm excited to really dive in this year into the things I love and to things I want to do. And a lot of the episodes that I do for the podcast, I do a lot of research on. I make sure that what I'm putting out there is information that is going to be helpful and is going to be needed for the people who need it. So I do a lot of research. I sit down and I look at a couple pages, and then I sit and I type things out in my own way, and I do take words from the internet and stuff like that, but most of it I try to reword it in my own way and present it in a way that'll be helpful for people. So I'm going to do that this morning. I think I am going to try to eat some cereal, just something light. My stomach's just been upset this morning, so I'm not going to try to overdo it. But I'm going to do that. I'm going to get my laptop out. I have roughly 2 hours before I got to go to work. So I'm going to try to get somewhat stuff done this morning, and then I'll do stuff obviously when I get home from work as well. So I'm going to get set up and eat some breakfast. Actually, I was standing in my kitchen and I'm looking in the mirror at myself because I don't have a front camera with this little camera. I just want to make sure I was in the photo. Real quick. These two are fighting, like always. So sorry if you hear that in the background. They always are constantly fighting. So I have to spray them. Like, just water does nothing to cats. If you're trying to make sure your cat's not doing something, water really doesn't do anything, but it at least like gets him away from his brother. But I wanted to show you guys a little bit of my behind the scenes. Yeah, so right now I'm just listening to like some calming music because I like to listen to that when I edit and stuff. But right now I attached my phone to my computer, and then I upload everything just this morning that I've been doing, just so then I am not like doing it all at once. This is something that I like to do in a process that I started doing just to help not so I'm not spending hours, and to help me not spend hours just putting everything together. So like everything like right here is what I've done this morning. So I'll actually take all of this and I'll import it, and then it goes on my computer, and then I'm able to edit it. And I just want to share a little bit of a behind the scenes of what I do. Hopefully I'm actually in the shot, since I cannot tell. That's why eventually in the future I'd like to get an actual camera that has a flip out side view so I can see myself, and it'll be better quality I think than on this camera and then my phone. But right now I'm just using what I have, and these are the things I have. So I actually just got done eating breakfast, and now I'm just sitting and editing, about to edit and writing out the next few things for the next few scripts for the next podcast. So I just wanted to share with you guys a little behind the scenes of what I'm doing. I turned on some music just to listen to. Trying to decide if I wanted to work out or if I want to do some lunch. I am kind of hungry, so I think I'm going to do lunch. Just deciding if I want to do chicken or fish is pretty much what I have to choose from. And then I have some veggies and stuff too that they're chopped up and we just eat them with veggie dip. So I can do that too with lunch. Decisions, right? So pretty much just, I went to work at 10 and got off at 1:30, so like 3.5 hours. Right now I'm only working 3 to 4 hours a day just due to what's going on with me. That's why I'm just hoping and praying that I can figure out what's going on, and I can either do physical therapy or get surgery, and then I know work-wise what I'm doing. So every time, I know, mommy sees you. Every time I come home, he wants my attention. Say hello to the people on the camera. Oh. Oh. Say hello. Hi. He always wants my attention when I come home. So I'm going to give this one a little bit of attention, and I am going to make some lunch. I actually decided I'm going to do some fish. So I actually bought Parmesan encrusted tilapia, and then I bought, I think, barbecue salmon, and then I made a bunch of brown rice. I also have cauliflower rice, which I didn't think would be good, but was really good. But I made a bunch of this, so I'm just going to eat through this until it's gone. So the tilapia cooks for 18 minutes, and then this I just throw back in the microwave to heat it back up like 2 minutes. And then we also have, because of New Year's, right now we have a bunch of cut up fruit down here, and then we have this veggie dip. So I think I'm just going to eat that alongside, because sometimes I feel like the rice and the tilapia isn't so filling. So I'm trying to think of healthier choices besides like chips and stuff like that to eat with it. So I think I'm going to do that as like a side to eat with it, because it's more of a healthier choice. Veggies obviously over chips. I do have frozen fruit and stuff like that, but I would have to set it out and defrost it. I'm not doing all that. So I think I'm just going to do that for lunch, and I have about 14 minutes until that's done, and I'm just going to relax until lunchtime. So I spent the rest of my evening, I ate some lunch. I always sit for an hour to let my food digest. Then I went and worked out, and I came upstairs and I had dinner, and now I'm just watching some YouTube channels and stuff like that. I actually did no, I did not make coffee. This is actually tea, and I actually only put one in there to have tea at nighttime, because it's just so relaxing, and it's something that just helps me relax my body and just everything else. And another thing I did want to say is I noticed that I think this one and another vlog I did are really long, and I don't know if like people watch and like the really long ones or if they like shorter ones because they're not so long. Sorry, I'm moving around because I'm trying to get that green out of the picture here. That's why sometimes I like to set it down, because then I don't get that green effect. Or sometimes you have to turn like these lights on. Okay, there we go. Oh wow, that made the green go away. So I am still very new. If I'm the only one seeing it, I swear you guys do too. I am still very new to this vlogging and learning how to do it and how to make the videos interesting. And if you get to the end of this video, please leave a comment or like it, thumbs up it for me, so that I know that you guys are watching all the way through. And if you are another vlogger who comes across my channel and you watch these videos, please reach out to me and let me know like how to make them more interesting, or if there's things I could do, or like record a little bit in the morning and then a little bit in the afternoon, a little bit at night, and then add it all together with like B-rolls here and there, because I don't want them to be so long, because I don't know if anybody's going to sit and watch the really long ones. But if you made it to the end of this video, which I'm going to end the video here and call it a night, please again leave a comment down below or a thumbs up for me to let me know. I promise you guys that the more I learn, the more I will make better videos. Like I said, this Sunday we are actually going to be going to a bridal show, so I kind of want to do a little bit of that because I feel like that'll be interesting. But I'm still in the process of learning and still in the process of getting things together and learning things, and I'm just interested in what you think. And if you ever come across any of my my podcast videos or my vlogs and you have questions, or you're watching the podcast and you come across these and there's podcast episodes you'd like me to do, please leave it in the comments. Please let me know. I'm here to learn, and every time I vlog and every time I podcast, it's a new learning curve for me and just something that I'm really enjoying doing. So I don't want to make this video any longer than it is. I'm actually going to get some, oh, you guys are sliding down. I'm gonna make, I was gonna say coffee, but it's not coffee, guys, I promise. I actually, real quick, I used to drink coffee at nighttime, and no, it did not affect the way I slept or if I could go to sleep at all. I was fine. But then I stopped drinking coffee at nighttime, and I still like to drink something warm. So I began to drink tea in the morning, and then I was like, what if I drank tea at nighttime? You know, more of like a calming down and ending the night. So now every night I try to do some tea, even if it's just a cup or two, and I want to start to get myself into drinking tea and reading before bed. And then I go upstairs, brush my teeth, get in bed. I do turn like Netflix on, but I turn like a movie on that like I've seen a billion times and that I know that I'm not interested in watching to fall asleep. So I don't know if anybody else does that. I'm pretty sure people probably turn like your favorite seasons on episode, or episodes from a season you like, or a movie that you know that you can just fall asleep to, because it's more like just the noise of having something on. I also sleep with a fan on. Yes, I sleep with a fan on during the winter. I sleep with it on all year long. But I'm also looking into getting a sound machine because it freezes my fiance out and sometimes makes him somewhat a little bit sick during the wintertime. So I am probably going to figure that out too. But I just want to start getting myself into like also a morning routine, and that's my night routine. Drinking some tea, just relaxing for. I will lay down. It's 6:13, and I'll lay down at 8 o'clock, and I'll get myself in bed, and I'll just relax for the night. So, tea and a book for my ending of the night. I love you guys. Thank you for the ones who watch me. I do want to, before I end this, say again, leave a comment if you are watching my vlogs, like this video, and I do want to say hello to my sister and my little nephew Noli, because when we were together for New Year's Eve, she said she watches my stuff. So I love you guys, and I will see you in the next vlog.